Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this month's Dotty About Flair Design Team Instagram Hop. And so on the 25th of every month, we have been getting together and we have been doing a hop. It's mainly an Instagram hop, but a few of us do videos. Helen, Jessica, Scrappy, Kathy, do videos as a general rule, and I'm pretty sure they will all have a video today, so I will have either the video or their channels linked down below, as well as, of course, all of the Instagram feeds. And what is fun is that we are posting at different times, sort of every hour throughout the day, so that you get a constant flow of lovely and gorgeous inspiration, and yet you don't get overwhelmed either over in the Facebook group, on Instagram, or here on YouTube with, everything just popping out at you, and, risking missing something. So there you go. Now, this is a fun one. The prompts are always quite fun, and oh, of course, by the way, Dotty About Flair, soon to become the Flair Hut, but still Dotty About Flair. So the prompt for this month that the lovely Jackie assigned to us was a selfie and 5 things that we love. So my selfie, which is the one I've been using over the last sort of little bit or so, and that I used in my DT photo. So there you go. And then here I've done a collage and a montage. Now I've cheated a little bit. I was trying to find a way to get this down to 5, but not really. Because at first I said, oh, I'll do this lovely scrapbook layout here with my Chopin on it. So that will be scrapbooking and Chopin, but sort of like one item. But it's not really, it's 2, isn't it? Because I have my gorgeous boy, because they can be things, people, whatever, just 5 favorites at the moment or currently. Then I said to myself, well, animals, that could count just as 1, but hey ho, let's just say I'm above the 6, and I could have put a few more, and I think that makes me a very, very lucky person that I have all of these interests and loves. So, of course, my tennis, and I chose to put the Wimbledon logo here because it is my favorite of all time and my favorite tournament for sure. Very close behind that, naturally, has to be the Montreal-Toronto Masters, the Canadian Open, but I put Wimbledon there. Scrapbooking, of course, way, way up there. Animals, my gorgeous, gorgeous boys, my Chopin and Elvis, who I have recently adopted as well. Reading, in particular, cozy mysteries, are my thing. Food, I'm a foodie. I love cooking, eating. I love food, and I am a big fish and salad lover, and this, so I thought this portrayed it perfectly, because I have a lovely piece of salmon here that I made for myself on a sort of warm salad underneath. And in my family, extended family or friends, I tend to be known as the salad queen, because I do generally bring, whenever we have a potluck or a community thing or a family dinner, I'm in charge of the salads, and I love, love, love salads. And then this photo, which you've seen before, is just sort of a view on my way home from a walk from Mom's. And that's really just to symbolize walking. I love walking. That's sort of my exercise of choice. I don't have a car. I live in a small town, so pretty much everything is within walking distance. And how when we want to do exercise and get things done, we tend to become, well, at least I tend to become lazy and not do it. This way, I get to do it. It's an activity that I enjoy. I do enjoy walking. I find it something that, you know, reduces my stress levels, just like scrapbooking does. Well, all of these things. So there are my 2 photos for today. Now, I think, well, let's put the matting aside here for a moment and look at the papers that I'm going to use. And I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this before starting because it is also sort of Build-A-Page week. So I think I'm going to use this lovely, I'm going to call it pale black or charcoal. It does go up into a darker or a more pure black here, but there is some very nice, there's some almost white or sort of the, is it almost cement color that Simple Stories uses? It's not white. The Cardstock Warehouse cream cardstock, whipped cream cardstock goes perfectly. So I think I'm going to use this as my background. I'm going to use this gorgeous floral with all of these because it's sort of, it's not too pink. I'm not overly fond of pink, but I like it in sort of small doses. And I think this with, you know, the cream colors, the gold and yellow, the purples in it, it's perfect and it goes beautifully. It has some black with this black paper. And I think my idea is I am going to do some paper tearing, sort of quite a large tear down here and sort of tuck, I think, my photos in. Smaller tearing here where I might just do a little journaling and embellishing. And I'm going to do some tearing with this paper, but then to break up the colors a bit and brighten it up, I am going to use this for another, probably another little torn piece in between, and this one as well, maybe, or just 2, we'll have to see, or, yeah, no, I think I'm going to do sort of this as one, and then maybe this as another. So just to give a little bit of a break between these more solid patterns and color. So I'm going to do large tearing down here, small up here, insert this little bit. My 2 photos, which will probably go something like this, tucked in to the torn papers, maybe, is what I'm thinking. And I do want to matte my photos. So I started by thinking, ooh, I might just matte in black. But you see, I find that very, very dark. And it doesn't, in this case, black sometimes makes the photo pop. But I don't find it does here, not even in this photo. So I think I am going to go with a very thin mat of this lovely whipped cream cardstock and then pop up on black. And I think that might give a much better pop or definition. So that's what I'm thinking, because I don't think I want to sort of go in the pinks, although this would be nice, wouldn't it? This could work, but I do have the rest of this gorgeous paper elsewhere for another layout. Yeah, no, well, I don't know. All right, so I guess maybe the jury might be out for a little bit on that. I have some gorgeous, gorgeous Flairalicious pieces, and these are perfect. I chose these specifically for this layout. Now, these are from my stash as opposed to the current release, because they are just too perfect for this layout. Of course, this I ordered from Adam. I think I ordered about 20, like tons and tons and tons of these. I wanted a whole bag. Helen had originally sent me a set of these in my Christmas present, I believe it was. My Christmas or my last year's birthday present, maybe even. And this I just love, and I need to get on every Chopin page that I can. Some books, some lovely, lovely books here, because that goes, of course, with the reading. These wellies and boots, which could either, of course, be for gardening, but I have not done any gardening in the last couple of years, unfortunately. that's a story for another day. But they could symbolize my walking, my love of walking. And then these two gorgeous hearts on white, solid hearts with this all sorts of cooking icons, a chef's hat, oven mitts, mixing bowls, and little tools. Goes perfectly with that. And then all of these lovely, lovely crafty scissors and a paint tube and twine and all sorts here that will go. So this time I am going a little bit more themed with my Flair. I don't always, and in fact many of the sets in the shop are extremely versatile and not themed at all. There are a few themed ones, but many aren't. Don't forget, you can use my code Moira10 to get a little bit of a discount. So those are the Flair I went to get on here. I've got some lovely perspective pieces as well. This was an exclusive to Dotty about Flair. Art, which I might be able to get on there. Paintbrush. It was from the last month's release over at Bramble Fox, I think, one of the cat and puppy sets. So a little paw for my little guy, which reminds me, Adam, we need donkeys and we need horseshoes. Yes, we do. Helen, tell him. And then I have some chipboard that I might use. So love this most. It's all good. Happy day. All of these, and the Good Life, I think all of these match and could be very useful. Beautiful, could be good as well. And last but not least that I have ready here on my desk are Bramble Fox. I think I could use Thankful. I may use that as my title, or I may use Love This if I decide to put my title up at the top. So there you go, my friends. That was a very long intro, but I wanted to sort of situate you and give you my thoughts around my choices today. And it's also Build a Page Week in addition to the lovely Dotty About Flair hop today. So let me go off, get at least my paper torn and get that portion down, and I will be back with you very soon. Okay, my friends, so I'm back now. My goodness me. It's a good thing I didn't do my tearing with you on the screen. I've talked about this before. I'm a little challenged because for some reason I'm contrary to the norm and to what most people do. Most people do the tearing so that they can see this lovely white core. And for some reason, I don't like that. I don't like the look. So I'm always trying to make sure I'm tearing in the direction where I will get the tear, because I love sort of the interest that gives the different texture, but I don't like the white core. Even though I occasionally distress and do a little bit of distressing when I do the tearing, it's not the same to me as the white core. I don't know why. I can't explain it. It's just the way it looks to my eye. Anyway, I have these two bits. So I did the tearing as I told you I would. And this turns out to be quite inspired by my dear friend Helen. She does a lot of tearing, and she's done a couple of layouts recently. Oh, more than a couple. She does it fairly often. And one that comes to mind that I picked up a little bit on, I'm not going to call it a scrap lift, was the one that she did recently about meeting Scrappy Kathy. So there's some influence from that as well with where I've placed a few things. So I used, of course, my full background. Use the floral paper here for my tearing, and not so bad. I've been worse. And then I went into the Essentials pack and got a little bit of this distressed sort of golden yellow just to add some extra interest. And I didn't have that earlier when we were getting this together. So I finally got all of this down, and then I started to play with the photos. And I was watching one of Adam's lives, and oh my goodness me, I tried so many different ways, and the idea I had in my head, tucking in as I showed you, it just wasn't working. And then I realized that my photos were way too large for what I was trying to do. So I reprinted the photos, and I think I putzed around with the original size photos. Let me go get them again for you. So yes, so you can see they were quite a bit larger. I even tried cutting these in two and sort of popping them side by side, and then having the photos all along. All sorts of different things, my friends. And in the end, I went back and I reprinted much smaller, and I was a lot happier. And I only matted the photo in the whipped cream, because I then tried the black and I found that it was just too heavy and too dark. So that this whole thing probably took me an hour or even longer, my friends. Anyway, now I am happy with this. I've got this lovely Bramble Fox title piece here. Love this, pointing to all of my current favorites. So now, having the photo up here, I then say to myself, okay, where am I going to go? And I'm thinking, I love these two, and I sort of like them together. And I like them popping in this little dip here. And then I thought we would put that there, and I like that. I do like that. Then, of course, we have my lovely kitty one, and I'm thinking maybe to do a bit more of a focus on him with the paw, having him here with the title, because, of course, he is my guy. And he is one of the two living favorites on this layout. So I'm thinking I will do that. Then I have these lovely Flair still. The books, need to get the books in, need to get the wellies in. And a couple of these pieces. Now, you see, if I put that just as is, I'm thinking it's a little dark now. Now, if I have these two here, that would bring a triangle sort of down here, and I do quite like that. That leaves a gap here, so I'm thinking maybe this other one, it's all good with the lovely little butterfly, might be nice there, so I can nestle. Yes, you see, I do sort of like that. There we go. I do like that. Okay, so I think, so you see now, after having gone through all of that forever, now it's taking shape, and it's coming together. And now, however, my selfie photo over here is sort of all by, it's a little lonesome, and it looks a little lonely over there. Although I'm looking over at my favorites, which I think is fun. But I do think it needs a little bit of something. So then I was just looking on my desk, and I saw this tag. I'm not sure, quite frankly, I'm not sure if it came from the Indigo Gardens, if it was on my desk with another layout that I'm working on with from the Away We Go collection, or where. I'm actually having a little bit of a blank, but I just saw it. I saw this part peeking out at me, and I thought, oh, that would be perfect, and I can do some journaling here and pop that there with this little piece of twine. So let's pop the twine in there so that we don't have any naked tag holes. There we go. And we will get that up there. that, and then I think I'll just bring this over here, and I will put a dot of glue, but I'll do my journaling first before I do that, so that I have the placement the way I want it, and we'll get these bits down. So there you go, my friends. I think we've made it to the end of this one, and in the end, I love it. But you know sometimes how you have this very specific idea in your head, and you have the picture, and it's not translating, and that's what was happening here. I thought of coming back on and make you suffer through that with me, so that you could see that, you know, we all, you know, we have those days, but then really it was just a lot of faffing, reprinting photos and going back and forth. But in the end, I'm thrilled with this layout. I'm thrilled that I got these 5 gorgeous Flairalicious pieces on here that represent my items here. Now the paw obviously doesn't represent our gorgeous boy Elvis, but you know, you sort of get the, it would be a hoof instead, but you get the idea. I don't have a hoof, and Adam, we need horseshoe or hoofs or something like that. Flair or donkey. Let's get a donkey Flair. Let's do a donkey Flair. And there you go. So again, my friends, this is a hop. Every hour today, somebody will be posting over on Instagram. A few of us will have videos for you. All of that is linked down below. In my Instagram feed, I will have links to everybody else's Instagram. I'll be popping along into the Facebook group as well today. So play along with us. And have you done one of these layouts before? Do you tend to do one on a regular basis as your moods and tastes change? Or if you have never done one, let's see if you can do one, and go pop it over in the group.